Hamas has published a video showing the first proof of life of 2 more hostages being held in Gaza. In the undated footage, Omri Miran says he has been held captive for 202 days, and Siegel mentions the Passover holiday, indicating the clips were filmed recently. Both were captured when Hamas launched its deadly attacks on the 7th of October. Responding to the video, their families urged the Israeli government to secure a new hostage release deal. Mr. Siegel, a U.S. citizen, was kidnapped with his wife Aviva, though she was freed in November during a brief truce. In a video statement, Keith's wife Aviva said, "Keith, I love you. We will fight until you return." Earlier this month, she told the BBC how the couple had at one point been left in a tunnel by their captors as they were moved from place to place. At the time of the interview, she said she did not know if Keith was still alive. His daughter Ilan said, "Seeing my father today only emphasizes to all of us how much we must reach a deal as soon as possible and bring everyone home. I demand that the leaders of this country watch this video and see their father crying out for help." His other daughter, Shir, said, "If you watched the video, you saw that my father knows we are all coming to the rally every week and fighting for him and all the captives." Danny Miran, Omri Miran's father, urged Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to approve any viable deal. "Take one small and bloodless step for both peoples," he said, adding, "All the people of Israel and the nations of the world want to see an end to the bloodshed, and especially an end to the suffering of your people." The Hostages Families Forum headquarters said the video was the clearest evidence that the Israeli government must do everything to approve a deal for the return of all the hostages. It follows another proof-of-life video the group released earlier this week, showing Israeli-American hostage Hirsch Goldberg Poland, 23, who is shown without his lower left arm in the short clip. It was blown off during Hamas's the 7th of October attack on southern Israel. In response, his mother and father also appealed for more to be done to secure a new hostage release deal. The Siegels were kidnapped from Kibbutz Kfar Aza on the 7th of October when Hamas attacked Israeli communities near Gaza, while Mr. Miran was taken captive from Kibbutz Nir Oz. Speaking under duress in the video released by the armed wing of Hamas, Mr. Siegel, 64, and Mr. Miran, 46, urged the Israeli government to agree a deal with Hamas for a ceasefire and the release of hostages. "I have been here in Hamas captivity for 202 days. The situation here is unpleasant, difficult, and there are many bombs," Mr. Miran is heard saying. The new video comes as Hamas said it was studying Israel's latest proposal for a truce. Media reports said mediator Egypt had sent a delegation to Israel to give fresh impetus to stalled negotiations. Weeks of indirect negotiations have failed to produce an agreement. Hamas rejected a previous proposal for a 6-week ceasefire in exchange for the release of 40 of the remaining hostages. The group has previously insisted that any deal should include a permanent end to the war, full Israeli military withdrawal from Gaza, and unrestricted return of displaced people to their homes. Israel insists it must destroy Hamas in Gaza and free the hostages. Israel appears to be moving ahead with plans for an offensive in Rafah, southern Gaza, despite warnings of the potentially catastrophic humanitarian consequences for the 1.5 million displaced Palestinians sheltering there. The Hamas attacks killed about 1,200 people, and the group took some 250 hostages. Israel's retaliatory campaign in Gaza has killed more than 34,000 Palestinians. The Hamas-run health ministry there says, a deal agreed in November saw Hamas release 105 hostages, most of them women and children, in return for a week-long ceasefire and some 240 Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails. Some 133 hostages are believed still to be in Gaza, of whom about 30 are thought to be dead. Kindly like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section.